my name is Max Jacobs, and today this attempt at a video, and I do say attempt because I'm not entirely certain if I'll upload it. I'm trying to build some confidence here. Today we're going to be doing something I did in a very early Full Sail video. It was a sort of 1 minute how-to documentary thing. In the edit, I will put a thing up around here. As well as a link in the description, should I remember. Nonetheless, I will at least show in that picture the full name of what the thing is, so you can look it up in my channel and this and that. Today we're going to be doing an upgrade, and later on, probably in this video as well, a Linux install. I discovered through someone else on Reddit a how do I put this? A new gaming distro. And so the great HP Victus, what I assume is the HP Victus 15 or 510, I don't know. Yes, I have a NASA sticker on. I like space. Let's get undoing it. Now, before safety thing, let's make sure this is off. So as you can see, here's the screen. I'm pressing buttons. Nothing is coming on. I'm pressing everything but the power button. And now here, I want to make note of this. The touchpad itself works so long as I don't use this end. I'm gonna get that repaired when money, time, and ability allow. But overall, you just plug in a mouse, it's fine. The keyboard is fine. That's that. This laptop, let's do a quick spec, has a monitor that's 144 refresh rate, which, is nice. It's not really something I care about, to be honest. Like, whatever the lowest acceptable refresh rate for a monitor, which I think is about 60 hertz, is fine for me. That's not really much of a concern. I largely game at 1080, 1920 by 1080 anyway, 16 by 9 aspect ratio, this and that. There's a Ryzen 5 7000 series processor, and I believe an RTX 2050. Now, I don't really know the specific processor, but I do know, outside of what it says on the sticker anyway, I do know that is the most recent one, and it is the first time I ever bought DDR5. Because I did an upgrade. I think this originally had 8 gigs of RAM, and now it has 16. Outside of that, we are now going to open this. I have my not iFixit kit. This is not an iFixit kit, but it does the same thing. You will also need a screwdriver. I'm using my LTT Store screwdriver, of which you can get at lttstore.com. And also there's this mat that you can put your screws on. This is more for mobile phones than anything, but it'll work for what we're doing because, I'm just going to leave that right there. So this part will be sped up, and I'm going to unscrew and take off this. was easier than the first time. All right. This was easier than the first time. When I opened this up the first time, because originally my mother was going to use it for stuff, and then she decided she wasn't going to do it, and I think she ended up just getting a tablet. It was like a Galaxy 7 or Tab. It was like a Galaxy Tab S7 FE tablet. Nice tablet, actually. I might get something similar myself. So here it is. Here is the inside of this glorious HP Victus 15-inch laptop. Here's the SSD. Here's the RAM. It's a Corsair Vengeance DDR5. Does it say? I'll figure that out after the fact. I only have one. Fun fact as well. I didn't know what this was here. It's just the EMI shield, so protects the RAM and everything. There's only one. Well, there's two M.2 slots, sort of. There's whatever. Here's the Wi-Fi card, which I'm obviously not removing. This is the M.2 slot. This is also the boot drive. This is the only one. Although looking at this, and I'm probably, how do I put this? It's probably a stupid question, but I'm wondering if further M.2 slots can be soldered onto the board, like one here or one here or something, just for more storage. I do not, it almost looks like the battery could be extended as well. I don't know if there's SATA upgradability. I doubt it, but that's not why this is here. So here are our screws. They are on the mat. I'm going to keep them somewhat separate from each other because, you don't want to get these things mixed up. So we're going to move this out of the way for the time being. So the story with this was these were, I believe, 2 terabyte SSDs, and they were just really cheap. So, and these are probably not the right screws for this either. This was the second one I bought because this is a specific key. I forget. It might actually say it under these. But we're going to use our LTT screwdriver. We're going to undo one. Going to move this to the side. So these are 2280 and size SSDs. We're going to carefully put that down. And this is specifically, well, it says, okay. Take two. These are the 2280 size M.2 SSD. These are specifically the M key. So let's carefully put this over here. Bring this back. This is actually the second one I bought because the one I originally bought was for, how do I put this? It had a different key in it. And I'm thinking to myself, oh, god damn it, I can only put one in here. I actually bought 3 of them. One of them is in a different PC, but these look the same. So we're going to move that back over there. We're going to bring the laptop back over here. Now, before we do this, I do want to make something known. Normally what you do in this instance is disconnect the battery. I believe you don't want anything to short. You don't want, hoo-ha that can happen. Because my fingers, I'm fairly stable with a lot of PC parts, such as SSDs, storage devices. I built some computers even. even rebuilt one, and I might be rebuilding one later. Um, I don't feel comfortable removing the cables for the battery or wherever those are, and since I don't know where those are, I'm not going to do them. But this computer is off, and we made sure of it on video, and I made sure of it before. So now, what we are going to do is unscrew the M.2 SSD, the boot drive here, because I'm going to put on another one, the one we uninstalled from the card. Put that on our mat. We will carefully remove it, of which we will then carefully put to the side. Now it goes in, because it doesn't look like I can zoom in. I will zoom in at the point of the edit. But basically you put it in like so. Because this is a bit snug, this is necessary, by the way. You have some force is required, but not too much, because obviously you don't want to break the slot that it goes in, and you don't want to break your SSD, which is most likely expensive, and you don't really want to replace it. We are now going to take our screw back, and luckily if you have the Linus Tech Tip screwdriver, it is magnetic. Where is the camera hole? There we go. It is magnetic, so you see the screw right there. There are obviously other screwdrivers. I will admit, I did kind of get this thing because, it's a YouTuber product, and it's a guy, I like watching, I want to support this and that. You hold now, let's get back on topic here. Hold the SSD down again, and then screw back down. I will say tighten this to the point you just start feeling significant, or well, you feel tightness, because now I'm just making sure it's secured in, and there you go. That is a M.2 SSD replacement / upgrade. This drive is, if I'm not mistaken, 512 gigs. While that's fine for some things, because I PC game, it is not enough. If I wasn't as much of a gamer for PC or in general, that would have been fine. That's going to be it. Since we are not upgrading the RAM, we will not be doing that. But in that video I mentioned earlier, we do upgrade the RAM. We are now going to put this back, which means you just screw back on your laptop screws, snap it all into place. Also, if you're wondering what this is, it's just a Type C to Type A adapter. I charge my iPad off of this computer to play sleep music, because I sometimes have trouble sleeping. We are going to now take back our mat, take our screwdriver, and this is where I will speed up again, because this is fairly self-explanatory. Screw back in the screws that go in their specific spots. All right, the screwdriver is done. The screws are in. Everything is connected. We're gonna install Linux now. All right, everything is put back together. The back plate is put back on. The screws are screwed. I'm going to put this, just because it's probably the safest spot for it right now, into that card. And that's really it. Right now, what we're going to do is you're going to get your Linux OS that is on your USB. If you use a software called Balena Etcher, this is what I use for Linux. If you want to do Windows, it's usually Rufus, but I don't really use Rufus all that much. I like the look, the feel, how simple Balena Etcher is, so we're going to do that. And off to install.